revenue sharing with the government. Big Bear's earnings out today after close. Lots going on. Let's jump in. So we've got the markets kind of moving sideways. Dow is down 155 points. NASDAQ up just a fraction, $7.77. Not a lot moving the markets today. It's not really finding its footing. But plenty going on underneath. Did you all see this story? NVIDIA is willing to pay the U.S. government $3 billion, 15% of revenue on business with China on a certain chip. The H20 chips, they were shut out of doing business with China on these certain chips, and because of tariffs, and now they've agreed. And AMD is in there as well. And I think it's going to put pressure on more and more companies to follow suit. Revenue sharing with the government. I mean, who would have thought? But geez, as a client said earlier, they just must be making so much money on those chips that, you know, it's nothing to them to pay 15%. I agree with her. And my thinking is if they actually paid their fair share in taxes, these big conglomerate corporations, maybe there wouldn't be a conversation around this revenue sharing. But nevertheless, it's here to stay. Lots of earnings coming out. Before the bell was Monday.com. Stock has gotten hammered today, down 25%. Earnings of note, Big Bear after the close today. We're going to dive into that. AMC after the close as well. Before the open tomorrow, Circle, CoreWeave after the close, Kava. I mean, so look, just another huge week. Cisco on Wednesday. Another huge week of earnings coming up. Applied Material after the close on Thursday. SanDisk on Thursday after the close. So check it out. A lot going on this week. And it looks to me like when a company, for example, Monday.com missed earnings and the stock has just gotten beaten up. So did AI Corporation, you know, that C3 company, missed earnings by a long shot, has gotten taken down today as well. And a lot of analysts are saying, you know, maybe the play is in the peripheral around that sector, not with the pure AI play. So we're just going to have to see. Big Bear, second quarter preview, tracking AI adoption and federal contract momentum. There's so much talk around this stock being a 2026 stock. Once all of these contracts start, you know, they have $385 million in a backlog, orders on the books, but not moving forward right now. So we're going to have to see how this plays out with their earnings, and has Big Bear been able to lower expenses? You know, after that acquisition they did December of last year, they have just, their expenses ballooned. You know, once they brought on that company, they had the expense of the employees. I think they've been working on lowering expenses, but we're just going to have to see. You know, it's going to be a very interesting number that's going to be posted today for Big Bear. And interesting, there is a call with management, earnings call today at 4:30 Eastern. First time they've done an earnings call. So actually, I'm viewing that as a very positive thing to finally, instead of just putting numbers out with no additional information from management, they are hosting an earnings call with analysts. So that's going to be important to listen to if you're a Big Bear owner. Recently, there has been an increase in a major investment bank increased their price target for Big Bear right here, raised it from, I think it was, let's see, $6 to $9, and they kept their buy rating. So that's good. I mean, that is really showing that we're finally getting some support from portfolio managers, analysts on Wall Street on Big Bear, because most of the time it's been around, you know, really downplaying the stock. The stock has more than doubled this year already. It's been a terrific investment so far. but everyone is still talking about this double-digit revenue growth in 2026. Here's the backlog, 384.9 million as of first Q of 2025. Let's see if that has gotten bigger. That's going to be interesting to see too, like what's going on with the backlog, and or has it grown? Have they got additional contracts? That will be explored today on the call. All right, I wanted to talk about our Stock Rocket feature. We have a lot of new subscribers that have been added, on our platform. You just maybe have just showed up on our platform, started working with our platform. Thanks for being here. We're grateful for you. And I want to talk about this section called the Stock Rockets. This is part of the platform that we have set up behind the scenes to crunch numbers. They have to be 4 and 5 star rated stocks. So in our system, that's a buy rating. They have to have revenue growth of over 35%, and they have to be an industry best performer. So we've set these criteria that are quite lofty for stocks to hit. So there's not a lot of them on the list. Now, if you click through, go to Stock Rockets, here is the current list. And as you know, we're now a global platform. So not only do we show companies in North America, but we're showing companies from all over the world that are making the list. So you have to be, just kind of go through, be a bit careful when you look through this list. But this, what we notice when stocks are able to make that list repeatedly over a 2-week period, we've noticed that they perform very, very well. So we track this and we post it on our homepage. They're called the Streaking Stock Rockets. Streaking Stock Rockets. Stocks that have made multiple appearances on the Stock Rocket list for the previous 2 weeks. And so here we start with Launchpad. Launchpad are companies that have been on this list for 2 or 3 times, and you can click through and see. Let me find a U.S. or a Canadian company, North American company. Let's see if there's any on here. Yeah, First Majestic Silver Corp. Under Show Details, up pops a window and it shows what the price has been over the previous 3 trading days. So you can start to track, the momentum in the stock and how well it's doing. I suggest really looking at the list. So here we go. Launchpad, I will explain Liftoff. Liftoff is like 6 days on the list. So now we're going from 3 days to 6 days. And then the To the Moon have been on this list like 9, 10, 11 trading days of the previous 2 weeks. So this is a very powerful list. These are companies that you can feel confident owning in your portfolio and should continue to perform well. So every day, just kind of go through this list, check it out, see if these stocks resonate with you, see if it would work in your portfolio, and just have a look. Now, a lot of these stocks with this upward lift over an extended period of time, you want to be really mindful about the MFI. Any MFI, when you start to see the money flow indicator over 70 and above for an extended period of time, which is like 10 to 14 days, there's that magical 14-day number again, there's a potential the stock can pull back. So just be mindful. All I do is I just count the days that the stock has been, the MFI has been above 70. So today is, as an example, today is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 trading days. Welltower has been, the MFI has been of 70 or higher. So that means it's got more room to go, and it certainly hasn't become overbought yet. So that is how you can really use this platform to find stocks that are going to perform for you and should over a longer period of time perform very well, as long as you're checking into the MFI and making sure that the stock is not too overbought in the near term, because that could indicate a potential pullback. Hope this was helpful. Have a great week. And I will go through one more thing. Changelog for the stock picker. We post this each week now, so you know what we're doing and the changes we're making. So over the weekend, the guys fixed the scrolling issue for mobile, Android, and iOS in the stock rocket. So speaking of stock rockets, prior to this weekend, you couldn't scroll through to these stocks. Now you can. They resolved a bug preventing complete scrolling in the stock rocket section to the moon, liftoff, and launch pad. That's the part of the software I just talked about. And this is on the mobile app. This fix is available in versions 1.0.36 for both Android and iOS, enhancing user navigation and accessibility. So we hope that is useful for you and helpful for you. And thanks again for being here, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.